大谷はカーショーを見て二刀流を始めたんだろ。ノバーツ監督には何度か DH をやらせてくれって頼んだよ。
どうもゴータニです。華々しい引退を飾ったカーショーがかつてドジャースでバッテリーを組んだ元捕手ラッセル・マーティン、元ア・リーグ MVP のジョシュ・ドナルドソンと思い出話に花を咲かせました。まず話題に上がったのはワールドシリーズで驚異的な投球を見せた山本由伸。カーショーはその活躍に最大級の賛辞を送ります。さらにドジャースのスターたちがチームのために戦える理由にも言及。そして最後には自らの完投&ホームランを振り返り、大谷より先に二刀流をやっていたという爆笑トークまで飛び出しました。今回はゲットイットダンリーグの動画から旧友たちと楽しく語り合うカーショーの山本への大絶賛と大谷をめぐる爆笑エピソードに迫ります。
Let's get into Kirsch, the World Series, winning your first World Series. Like, tell me about that feeling, because I have no idea. Josh has no idea. We don't know what that's like. How was that?
I'm a loser.
No, I mean, you know my story. You know how long it took. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that went down, and a lot of it was stuff I could have done better. Obviously, there's some stuff that 2017 happened with the Astros, which was a bummer, and so there's just a lot of stuff that happened, over the course that. And so I think, I didn't really know it, but like after each passing year, you just you feel like the burden just,
builds
becoming
up.
more and more and more. Yeah. And so by the time we finally won, it just obviously super happy, a lot of joy, but I think I just felt like a burden lifted. You know what I mean? I just felt, I felt a little bit lighter, which is good for me. I need to feel lighter. And it just was good. It just felt so good, and I think every passing year after you win the first one is you're not competing with the rest of the years. You're just trying to win for that year. And that makes a big difference. You're not trying to rectify everything that went wrong. You're just trying to win for that 1 year. So to win that first one was amazing. And then last year, obviously I got to be healthy for the whole year, and I wasn't starting in the playoffs, but to get to be on the roster, to get to pitch in the postseason, be in the pen and all that, to go out like that was, it made it all worth it. It just was so special.
Nice.
It felt like Game 6 and Game 7, Clayton, was like the reverse. All the things that had happened to the Dodgers all those years, it almost felt like the baseball gods reversed it in those last two games.
Yeah,
the ball being wedged and the rest,
Yeah, I mean, we probably didn't deserve to win those games. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that happened, but like you said, the ball just kind of broke our way those last two games. And I mean, you can't take away from what Yamamoto did. I think that was just
wow, man,
just an epic performance, and what Miggy did, Will Smith, it was just incredible. Yeah.
He reminded me, of that World Series of Madison Bumgarner, what he did for the Giants. If you remember that, it was 2012 or something like that, to where he just, put his shield out there and said, I'm going to give whatever it takes. And he was better. He was the best player on the field at that time.
I don't even know how you do that. What did he throw 7 innings? Was it the night before or the couple days before or something?
No, he threw a complete game.
Complete
6.
game, and then he came back and
threw 2 1/3 to win it.
I mean, that's crazy.
I said this when Yama came over. I said he's a little guy, obviously, and he doesn't lift weights, doesn't do different, but he's very regimented and has his thing. I said, hey, if Yama survives over here for 3 or 4 years and really thrives, we're going to need to look at what he does to stay healthy,
Right.
It's getting to that point. I think this is year 4, so we might need to take a look and see what he's doing, and
he's
maybe
doing something right.
Try to replicate it. Yeah. Well, he's like you, Russ. He's doing handstands and all the gymnast stuff that I couldn't even think about doing, and he does it. It's just it's incredible. He's just so. He's so body strong, he just is.
And he's so limber. I've seen some of his stuff that he does.
Flexible.
What does he do? The javelin stuff too?
Yeah, he's throwing that, and that's a lot harder than it looks. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff we can learn from for sure.
Interesting.
When did you know, Clayton? Like, did you know that he was coming out for Game 7?
No, I mean, I think we all were like, he just threw a complete game, Game 6, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, you show up to the clubhouse Game 7, and it's like, what are you going to do? Put your tennis shoes on? Like, everybody's going to say they can go, and so. Sure enough, Yama did his normal stuff, like he was getting ready, and he went and warmed up in the pen and said he was good. And then they're like, all right, well, you're in the game. And so he just went in. And it was incredible.
You know, besides having a lot of talent, like, you know, a lot of teams have talent, but.
What are some of those things? What are some of the things that kind of sets it apart?
I mean, I think, go ahead, Russ.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Well, I guess we get to hear him all the time.
I think like the continuity, you know, Andrew does a good job. Like, we don't have a lot of turnover. You know, we get some coaches that gets plucked at times, and we have some coaches that move on and go to better positions and things like that. But like front office all the way down to R&D, like not a lot of turnover. He kind of keeps the same people around, which is good. Coaching staff
Andrew
too.
Friedman is who we're talking about.
Yeah, Friedman. Yeah. And then I think the other thing too is like, yes, you can spend money. Obviously the Dodgers do that better than anybody, but like you see it with the Mets this year, like you've seen it with a lot of high payroll teams. Like that doesn't always translate to wins. And I'm not going to sit here and say that doesn't matter, because it does. Good players cost money. Like that's just part of it. But it's the kind of people they get. Like it's the ones that that just seem to fit. Like, the ones that will do what Yamamoto did in the postseason. It's the ones that, like Freddie, who played on an ankle that was absolutely thrashed all of the 2024 postseason. It's like just different guys, like Mookie working so hard to become a shortstop when he was a Gold Glove outfielder. You know, like he went from being a Gold Glove outfielder to like a borderline Gold Glove shortstop now, you know, and it's like, it's the soup. And then obviously you talk about Shohei, what he's able to do and the way he goes about it. It's like, yeah, these guys are all superstars, but they're willing to do whatever it takes to help the team. And I think that's the separator.
Well, it's interesting you say that. Just one sec, Josh, because Clayton, somebody who doesn't like to talk about yourself. I get that. I remember when Ross Stripling was here in Toronto and talking to Strip, and he said the one thing, you know, I was asking him about the Dodgers, and he said there is such a standard of excellence there that everybody just kind of inherently knows. And he said the starting pitchers were on a group chat when he was there. And, you know, you wake up in the morning and Clayton says, Uber's leaving the hotel at 12:30. Well, there was no obligation for everybody in the rotation to leave at 12:30, but there was just an understanding that this is what we're going to do. So, like, where does that all come from your standpoint? Where was that standard of excellence for you that you wanted to kind of pass on to the rest of the guys? And where does that come from? And how important was that? And why was it important for you?
I mean, honestly, I was just trying to be, a good guy. Give him a ride. He didn't have to come, but I think
Strip was on an entry level contract. He could.
I was like giving Strip a free Uber. I think, but I learned this a long time ago that it doesn't have to look the same for everybody. For me, I was, I did it my way. But like, there's also guys that looks nothing like the way I do it. They can, and they succeed and they excel and they're great guys and they're great teammates. So like, I think that's another thing the Dodgers do really well is like, we don't really care what your process is. We don't really care if you show up at 5 o'clock. We don't really care if you show up at 12 o'clock, but just do the same process every day to get ready to play and then do your job. And like, that's really all. Yeah. Be like, that's it. And so I think, a lot of these teams that are like, oh man, we can't get these guys to do what we want to do. Well, maybe they don't fit your mold. Just let them be themselves and they'll start playing better. And that's important. And the Dodgers do that really well.
Yeah, I would say, Clayton, I mean, we mentioned Shohei a little bit, but I remember you could swing the bat a little bit when you were playing. Did you hit any homers when you were playing? I want to say I saw you hit. Who was it off of?
Yeah.
I know you know.
George Contes.
Oh, George. Poor George. Poor
George gets mentioned so much. I say his name so much. Unbelievable.
Oh, he loved it. Did he give you, what was it? Was it a slider, heater? What pitch was it?
No, first pitch heater. Ask me what inning it was.
What inning was it?
It was the 8th.
Oh, George. Yeah, because George was a reliever. He was a reliever, so he came up and gave up the free pump, and Clayton just held the deuces up. And did you get the CG that game?
I did. It was a good day.
Oh my God! I mean, see, before Shohei, you were dropping nukes and throwing complete game shutouts. So you were probably the inspiration for Shohei. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I asked Doc a few times if I could DH, and it didn't get very far.
Hey, well, Kirsch, man, I just want to say thank you for taking the time away from your family. And I know you talked about golf a little earlier. We definitely need to get back on the golf course.
Hey, why can't I get any better? I've been playing for like 6 months straight, and I stink.
Man, hey, join the club.
Yeah, Russ is a stick. I've seen Russ play. Russ is a stick.
Russ is getting better for sure.
Getting better, but Kirsch saw me play one of my better games. So I'll play with Kirsch anytime, because that was probably at that time that we played, was probably the second best game that I've ever played in my life. So you saw me at my best. That's not what you're getting every time we play. I'm telling you now.
Let's do it. That'd be fun.
All right, man. Well,
hey, Kirsch, thanks for being here, man, and we appreciate you and telling your story. And like I said, it was a pleasure getting to watch you play every day and do your thing.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks. See y'all.
All right. There's Clayton. Clayton. Thanks again.
See you, buddy.
Another episode of the Get It Done League. Well, that was awesome. Awesome of Clayton Kershaw to do it. What a fun conversation. Russ, what a dude, huh?
He's a beauty.
Yeah.
I mean, just like for how good he is, at his craft, he's just as good as a teammate. And you got a sense of it just by hearing him talk and tell his stories and stuff. Just a good overall human being.
And sneaky funny.
He is funny.
he
ということでいかがでしたでしょうか。最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。また次の動画でお会いしましょう。